Oopsie. I can't flip the camera. It's fine. Back again, back again. Back again, my friend. Back again, my friend. That is one of my songs coming soon. Coming whenever it comes. Either way, it's one of my songs. Okay, so I'm back again, baby doll. Just to say something that I actually wanted to make a video about this. I started making a video about this yesterday, and then my I forgot. Let's just say I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, I was just now. I got reminded of this because I'm currently watching a podcast. A podcast. Ask an Older Man podcast with my uncle Paul. That's the name of the host of the podcast. I really enjoy it. He's my West Indian uncle. That's what I call him. And he was just now. There's a video, a clip going in his video of this young man saying that he was speaking to men this time as opposed to speaking of women because it's often of women, but he was speaking to men and he was saying to men, this is the young man in the clip, he was saying to them that he's tired of hearing men complain about not there not being good women out there because you cannot attract what you aren't. Basically, this is essentially what he was saying. And then Uncle Paul gave his commentary saying that men don't need to become fit, feminine, and friendly in order to attract women. And then he said maybe I misunderstood him, and I do think that Uncle Paul misunderstood the young man in the video because I don't think what he's saying. I don't think that what the young man was saying was that men need to become fit, feminine, and friendly in order to attract a fit, feminine, and friendly woman. That's not the heart of what he's saying. And I believe I know what he means because this is a perspective that I have. I consider myself to be pretty objective regarding men and women. I don't care more for one side than the other because I don't believe it's about any one side being better than the other. You have to be a good person no matter the gender that you are. So, I do believe that men, because I watch a lot of manosphere content, and I often have back and forth, or at least leave a comment, leave replies to certain comments to those videos that I watch, and it's often to men who are saying, you can't find a good woman, you gotta give up on this, and blah, blah, blah. And I often tell them that, yeah, you can't hope to attract a good woman if you yourself aren't a good man. So it's not necessarily saying that, I can't have, because good men have good women. They're not complaining because they have a good woman. So how about you follow their example? How did they attract those women? And it's not purely because they have money. Because a good woman, what I consider to be a good woman and what I consider to be a good man are people who are led by values and who are led by good values. And good values are humility, commitment, fidelity, faithfulness, loyalty, love, selflessness, service. Yeah, those are the good values that good men and good women are led by. So a good woman wants, like any woman, security from a man, but she doesn't need a guy to be rich and she doesn't need a guy to pay for everything for her. A good woman is willing to use her money for her family's sake. That's just the differentiation that I'm making between a good woman and a typical woman. A typical modern woman. That's the difference. And a good man needs to have those values as well in order to attract a good woman. If you're a man who cares more about flash than about the heart, if you care more about, if you just care more about what's flashy as opposed to what's actually internal, you can't attract a good woman. All you're going to attract is someone who's like you, someone who cares more about flash than what's actually valuable and foundational. So I think that that's what this young man means. you cannot attract a good woman if you don't have those values yourself. You can't have a woman who's faithful, who's kind and everything if you don't have the corresponding complementary qualities that fit with that and that makes a harmonious relationship. It's just no way. So that's, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's very easy to just point out what's wrong with the others, obviously, but what do you need to change about yourself? I 100% agree that modern women are flawed. They're very, very, very flawed, and most of them don't deserve to be in a relationship because they don't know how to maintain one. And so it's a waste of time. And I also agree that modern men are also flawed and don't deserve to be in relationships. Um, and And I'm not saying it's because they won't pay for you and they won't pay for that. I don't care about any of that. I absolutely believe that men should not be spending all their money on someone that they aren't committed to. Absolutely not. I'm just speaking about the mindset that is closed off to the good ones. They're focusing too much on the negative and not enough on the positive. And as a result, they can't find the positive. Because, like I said at the beginning, good men who have good women aren't complaining. They're not in that world. They understand, they agree, they see it, but they know that they got lucky. And even then, I wouldn't even say that they got lucky. I mean, in a way, yeah, you got lucky because you don't actually decide on how things work out spiritually to make sure to make sure that things work out the way that they do. You don't actually make God's plan. You're just doing your best, right? You have your values, you live by them, and you hope to have certain results if you live with intention. But yeah, that's essentially it. These good men, they do their best, they live with intention, and they got lucky, but in a way it's almost like, well, it's natural. If you have this intention going this way and you have self-respect, you have discernment, there's just no way that you can end up with anything other than the natural counterpart of what you're doing. So yeah, i hope that um I hope that I made sense. And it's valuable for women as well. It's the same thing for women. You absolutely cannot hope to attract a good man if you aren't a good woman. That just will not ever happen. And if you attract them just physically, you will not keep them. There's no way, because a good woman or a good man have self-respect. Has self-respect. And they don't put up with that ish. So, yeah. Thank you and have a lovely day. Goodbye.